Hey ladies, I am at work, but I wanted to try and do like a quick update about yesterday. Um, I made my video post yesterday and everything else after I got home from work, and everything was like pretty okay. Um, but like I'm watching guests. That's why I keep looking over there. But I went ahead and tried to go to the emergency room last night because I wanted to try and get a blood test done last night at the emergency room. And kind of also to make sure that the reason why I was going to the bathroom a lot, because I've been peeing all the time. Like I said yesterday in my video, I woke up to go pee, through my sleep and everything. Like I'm not getting decent night's sleep and stuff like that. And so I kind of wanted to make sure that it wasn't anything to do with kidney infection, yeast or UTIs, bladder infections, anything like that, or wasn't, diabetes or anything like that, because my mom just recently got diagnosed with diabetes, and I'm heavy, and so I kind of wanted to eliminate everything so that it was pretty much cut down to the point where pregnancy was really the only reason why I could be having the urine frequencies. So they got me into a room, and I sat there for probably half an hour or so before I was brought a cup to go pee in. And it was kind of just in time because I was having to pee again, and I was trying to hold it because I figured they were probably going to be bringing me a cup. So I peed in the cup, they took it, they did a urinalysis on it, and did an HBT test, which is tests I've done at home. This was not first morning urine or anything else, so I mean, especially the fact that I would have only been 4 weeks and 5 days yesterday, there's no way that it would have come up positive anyway with 9 p.m. pee that had only been there for an hour, because I had gone to the bathroom right before I left the hospital. But after taking the urine test and whatever, I sat there for probably about an hour before the doctor came to me, which I think he was like a resident, and I don't know, he was just kind of bullheaded to me. And they had, almost an hour after I taken the pee test first, let me say this one, they came and pricked my finger, which hurt like crazy, and it still hurts, to do a blood glucose test, which my blood glucose level came back at 79, so I guess that was okay. They pricked my finger, it came back 79, and then I don't know, it was probably about another 10 minutes probably after they pricked my finger that the doctor came in. And like I said, he was kind of pig-headed and just, I don't know, he kind of irked me. And he's standing there, and he was just acting like real superficial and just like a jerkwad. And he was like, and I understand there was a little bit of worry that you may have been pregnant. And I was like, well, there's no worry that I would be pregnant. I'm hoping. And he was like, well, you're not. And like just flat out cut me off. And I was like, wow, thanks, a-hole. Like, that just, kind of irked me first. And then I was like, well, I could have told you that a urine test was going to come back negative because I would only technically be like 4 weeks along. He was, oh yeah, that's too early to test anyway. After the doctor told me about how the urine test had come up negative, I had tried to tell him that, I knew that the urine test was going to come up negative because I wasn't first morning urine. I wasn't far enough along for it to really be detected on anything but first morning urine, and even then I was barely getting a line, and not every time was I getting a line, but just the way he cut me off was really rude and really kind of bothered me. And then the nurse had shouted my blood glucose across the ward towards him, which was 79. Like I said, wasn't bad or anything like that. It is a little bit low, but I hadn't ate for like 4.5, 5 hours, so it was actually about normal and stuff. And he was like, oh, okay, well, your blood glucose being 79, that's pretty adequate also. He was like, with you having your frequent urination and being the size that you are, I would have expected you to be diabetic. So basically he just like flat out called me fat when he was like probably a little bit bigger than me. So like, I mean, that was, bothered me too and whatever. But um, ended up not getting a positive or getting a blood test. Like, there wasn't anything that I could say to get him to give me a blood test. So I was discharged and sent home and was given a referral to a urologist. So yeah, yesterday was interesting. And I guess now tomorrow, instead of Monday, I'm going to try and go to the OB office in the morning to get a blood test done there. Like I said, it only costs $40 to get the quantitative blood test, and hopefully have positive results from that. Still no sign of AF, and today actually CM has increased. My CM has never dried up, which usually before AF shows up, I usually dry up 2 or 3 days before almost, and then that's when I usually see my temperature drop. And the day that my temperature drops, I might spot, and then the next day is when I actually start AF. None of that's happened yet. So my temp has fluctuated, but it's never dropped below my cover line. So everything is still looking pretty good right now, and I'm just waiting for the morning now, I guess, to go get a blood test tomorrow. And I'm feeling pretty good about it because I have a lot of signs that are pointing to the fact that I'm, more likely to be pregnant than to not be pregnant. And a lot of signs pointing to the fact that AF just isn't going to show up. Like, I quit looking now when I go to the bathroom even. Like, I look when I wipe to see with that, but for the most part, even with that, like I'm not really expecting to see AF anymore for some reason. It's just kind of like out of my system to be watching for it now. So I think we are pretty much in the safe. But yeah, I just wanted to know if anybody had any kind of experience with that with doctors. Like, that's the reason why we don't want to deliver at the hospital here in town. Just like, it's the stupidest hospital in the world. People joke about the fact that, if you go in there with a broken finger, they're going to try and amputate your arm. And that would not be beside them. Like, that's, yeah, it's just not a wonderful hospital. So it is not the hospital that we intend on delivering at. And in order to not deliver at the hospital, I'm going to have to be referred to a high risk, which I don't know what I'm going to have to do to get referred to be high risk, but I am going to try and investigate to see what I can do that so that I can be able to deliver in Birmingham where we want to deliver at UAB, which is a learning hospital, but I would be so much more comfortable delivering there than the hospital here. My husband was delivered at UAB back in '86 when he was born, and he was born at like 24 weeks along, 1 pound 13 ounces, and obviously he's still here. So UAB would not be a bad hospital to deliver at. So, but yeah, that's all that's going on really, and yeah, I just it's still just been bothering me, and I just kind of wanted to share it. So I will talk to you ladies later, and maybe tomorrow I'll be making another video with some excellent news. So have a good night, and we'll see you soon.